How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and we actually have some great news. A new Nintendo Direct has been announced, coming to you guys literally tomorrow. Yes, so as of me recording this, we now have the confirmation that there will be a Nintendo Direct coming tomorrow from Nintendo, and it's going to be 50 minutes long, which is pretty substantial. I mean, they tend to be about like 30 to 40 minutes nowadays, but 50 minutes is long enough time for them to announce quite a few things, as long as they don't do that bullshit where they basically just sit there and talk about the same thing for an obscene amount of time, which none of us care about, unless that thing they're going to talk about, it's something massive that people are looking forward to, or want to see, like, let's say, a new Zelda game, or a new Mario game, or a new Pokemon game, aka that kind of stuff. But they do have something they're saying here, though, which is a new Nintendo Direct is coming. Tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9th at 16:00 CEST, which is 4 o'clock my standard European time, or Central European time. So if you're in the UK, that's going to be at 3 o'clock. It's basically the usual time. If you know when Nintendo Directs normally happen, it's like your normal local time, right? So if you're in the US, on the East Coast, it's going to be like early in the morning for you. So just take like 16:00, like just go backwards, basically 7 to 8 hours. And if you are in the West Coast, it's going to be essentially just the conversion of that. So very, very early in the morning for Americans, which, hey, at least once we Europeans do get a pretty decent time for one of these reveals, because usually they happen really late. But the biggest takeaway is, again, the 50 minutes focused on games coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch this year. So that is a little bit interesting. So the things we probably will see, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the things you can expect. Number one, Pokopia DLC. Yes, so Pokemon Pokopia game came out just a few months ago. It was a massive success, 4 million sales. I love the game. I actually think it's a great Pokemon game. I genuinely think it's a good Pokemon game, even though it's not really a Pokemon game in the natural, normal sense, in the regular, normal way. But it's a great game, and we have already known, because of the massive Terra leaks that happened over the last like 3 or so years, we have known for a long time now that there is going to be DLC for this game already. We already knew, and there are a few areas in the game that are missing, because the game is based around Kanto, but there are a few locations that just are not present, right? A few locations that are not in there. I think a good one would actually be Lavender Town is like not present, technically speaking, though it's not like a large place, but that's like a location that can be added through a DLC. So there's going to be DLC most likely revealed, as we already know from those leaks, but also because it just makes sense. The other thing we're probably going to see is a new Mario game, because that's been rumored for a long time. But as for like guaranteed things to see, we will see the new like the new Souls game from Software. The people who make Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Sekiro from Software are going to be revealing probably more gameplay and a release date, a proper release date for their new game, which I forget the name of it actually, because it is like I keep confusing with Bloodborne's name, but from Software Switch game, let's see, it is Duskbloods, the Duskbloods, there it is, the Duskbloods. So the Duskbloods is probably going to get a release date, and also, for any of you who are interested, Danganronpa 2x2 actually, is going to be getting probably a release date as well, because that has not been showing up for a while. I'm pretty sure a lot of games that haven't had their release dates confirmed yet for the Switch 2, or just in general, are going to be revealed here, just like we just got Persona 4 Revival, or whatever it's going to be called, not Revival, Persona 4 Reborn? Remade? I don't know. It's the remake of Persona 4 and Persona 6 being announced during the Xbox showcase. I'm pretty sure a lot of franchises are going to get their release dates and or the reveals during this that are not related necessarily just to Nintendo. There's going to be stuff that's just beyond Nintendo as well, is going to be revealed. But also, I wouldn't say coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and this year, I don't think I would put all my stock into that, meaning that it's only going to be games for this year. I'm pretty sure there's going to be games that are going to be coming out in 2027 as well and stuff like that. Like, keep that in mind. Like, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a very likely scenario as well. But at least this puts us into some sort of perspective of what to expect, which is pretty interesting. So there's quite a few games. There's quite a few things that I'm not even thinking about right now. You guys can tell me in the comment section down below. What are your, like, some of your predictions? What are some of your thoughts? What do you think we might see? And let's actually talk about some of the other stuff, which is actually some of the leaks. Because funny enough, Billy here, literally, if you can see here, when this was tweeted 34 minutes ago, and he tweeted this 37 minutes ago, right around then, saying Nintendo Direct announcement incoming. So basically already confirmed it ahead of time. And there has been a few speculations on what we're going to see. Like one of those is this tweet here from Centro, which lists some of the stuff that apparently we could be seeing this week. And this is a full list of the rumored first-party Nintendo games for 2026. Again, these are first-party games, not including anything from other studios for like Spike Chun, who make Danganronpa, or really any of the studio that makes any of that stuff. That's not included here. That's stuff that we are not talking about in this section. But here's what he says. So some of the upcoming rumored stuff is Star Fox for 2026, which we kind of already know. Rhythm Heaven Groove, which we kind of already learned about because that's already been confirmed in the past. Splatoon Raiders, that needs a release date, I'm pretty sure. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, that's a game that also needs a release date, I think. Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 Edition, fair enough. New Switch 2 Sports, Ocarina of Time Remake. So that would be the big one, I guess there, Ocarina of Time Remake. But then there's, of course, the other stuff, which is Super Metroid Remake and or Metroid 6, Mario Kart World DLC, new 3D Mario, new Wario games. So a new 3D Mario is kind of highly likely one. But then the big one from us, for you and me, is Pokemon Winds and Waves is included here too, which I don't know, man. I don't know if I necessarily believe that's going to happen, okay? Like, just going to put it bluntly like this. Pokemon Winds and Waves is a game that's coming out next year. So if we look at like how the promotional cycle and the trailers and stuff happened for really all of Pokemon like Legends ZA, nothing happened during the year of its reveal. So in 2024, when they revealed it, we got nothing. That entire year was empty. No trailers, no nothing. Doesn't matter if it was a Nintendo Direct or a Pokemon presentation, or doesn't matter. We got nothing. However, the fact that it's being mentioned here is a little bit surprising. So I'm curious if we will actually see a trailer, because keep in mind, Winds and Waves is a big game for next year. And so far we've had one reveal trailer and that's about it. They need more to convince people to be willing to go out and buy a Switch 2 now, not to buy a Switch 2 next year. I mean, of course, they ideally want them to buy it all the time. Buy 2 Switch 2s. Hey, get a third one. I don't know. Hey, maybe get a backup to your 5th one. I don't know, man. If you're Nintendo, you just want to sell them as many as possible. But main thing is, Winds and Waves is like a game that really is gonna, okay, sell consoles. It is gonna sell actual devices. People will go out and buy a Switch 2 for this game. Like, that's not a question of if, buts, and whens, or maybes. No, it's a guarantee, because Pokemon on its own is a console seller. Pokemon on its own can sell an entire console just because of how strong it is. In the past, though, the thing with Pokemon was that it was always on the cheapest console option because it was on the handhelds. And also, Pokemon was a cheap game to get. However, now it's becoming an expensive game and it's on the expensive console, but it still sells a lot. People were willing to buy 2-3 Switches just to be able to play both versions of whatever game came out, like Scarlet and Violet. I mean, look at the sales of Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. As much as I hate sales, because that does not, like, quality and sales are not the same thing. Just because a game sells a lot does not mean it's a good game, okay? By that logic, there's a lot of games out there. You could say FIFA is the best game in the world just because it sells millions every single year. Trust me, it is not the best game ever. Same thing with Call of Duty. Pretty dog shit series, at least in recent times, but it sells a lot. It just always sells because it's like a default game for people that don't play anything else. And Pokemon, unfortunately, is in that same camp. It is a game that is played by a lot of people that play nothing else. They just play Pokemon and nothing else. Like, to them, it doesn't matter if Pokemon literally had like literally, look at this ad over here. If it had 700 of these kind of like ads in it and literally 3 million microtransactions and asked you to swipe your credit card every time your Pikachu said Pika Pika, people would do it because it's just how Pokemon fans are. And you cannot change that. That's just the reality of it. At least, though, hopefully the developers know that, hey, let's not do those kind of things and at least try to make a game that's decent. And I feel like Sword and Shield was kind of shit in that regard. Scarlet and Violet did not do a good job, but I do feel like Winds and Waves is their big chance now to actually show that, hey, we can make games. We don't make just slop. We can make actually something decent. And so far from the first trailer, it looked pretty decent. Like, the actual game visually looks good. And based on the leaks, we know the game is going to be pretty, like, stacked with stuff to do and actually be a game that has content. Because that's the issue with Pokemon games in recent time. There is just a lack of actual content that is fun to do. There's stuff to do, but it's more busy work than actually, like, fun things to do within the games. And hopefully now they're going to rectify that. But big thing is, Winds and Waves are rumored to be showing up here, which is interesting because I doubt we're going to see it, but I hope we do. Like, I hope we get some kind of trailer. Just, again, it's not that we're asking here to get, like, the entire game pushed earlier so it comes out in this year or whatever, but it's just like, give us something. Give us the box art. Give us the legendaries. Just something to, like, just get people to be more invested in it. Like, that's the biggest thing, because honestly, that's all we're asking for. But again, also as I spoke about before, there is the rumor of a Pokopia DLC being announced this week, potentially at the upcoming Nintendo Direct, which will release in fall, which again, that's most likely what we're talking about right here. And of course, we have the dates and time now for the Direct, which we already spoke about, at 7 a.m. PDT, so Pacific Daylight Time, I guess, and 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So I guess if you are in North America, if you're in the East, it's going to be at 10 in the morning, and if you are in the PDT, is that Pacific Daylight Time? I'm thinking what that says. But basically, it's going to be 7 a.m. So if you're in the US, it's going to be very early in the morning for you. If you're in Japan, it's going to be very late at night at 11 p.m. So that pretty much summarizes that. Like I said, there's a lot of things to talk about. We've only gone through a few things, so far, but it's quite a lot, man. It's a lot of things happening. So another thing about the rumor, in terms of what we might be getting, in terms of like just rumors in general right now, we have some stuff about the Pokopia DLC. So potential leak and unconfirmed from Light saying a new alleged leak has surfaced regarding the Pokopia DLC, though none of this has been officially confirmed by Nintendo or the Pokemon Company. According to the information, the DLC may release later this year, possibly around August. Speculative. Again, we've spoken about this a second ago. August does seem a little bit early though. I feel like the fall date, like somewhere in fall, August is still not fall, so fair enough. But anyway, official news could arrive soon, potentially next Tuesday or Wednesday. And he posted this like on the 8th of June, so like earlier today. So yeah, there you go. We got it already. Then the expansion is said to be focused on an underwater area and new diving mechanics. That I haven't heard about. Manaphy is also rumored to appear, although its role is currently unknown. A co-op underwater exploration mode allowing players to actually explore submerged zones together in real time. Oh, okay. As always with leaks, this should be taken with a caution until, or I guess a grain of salt, until an official announcement is made. So there is that. I don't know what else I can add to that, but there you go. And of course, we already spoke about this exact same thing, but here's the same thing from Raichu saying pretty much the DLC could be at the end of this year or August. Source is Billy. And of course, Billy is the person we looked at a second ago here. You guys may remember when I was looking at just like the most recent notifications or whatever I had, where he actually tweeted like right before it. He says, who's ready for 2 minutes of intense something during tomorrow's Direct? All the people hoping for some surprises. I think we're getting something big. Honestly, hopefully there's at least one huge announcement. I can't wait, and the hype is absolutely real. And if you read what he's doing here, he's actually highlighting certain words, I guess, or certain letters. So the first one is W, which we can write this down, I guess. So W, actually, wait, hold up. I need to write this down somewhere else because this is not working. Let's see. W, A, let's see, W, A, O, and then I don't know if this is actually the I there, if that counts. P, K, O, H, and then A. I don't know if that means anything, but it just came out to Wahopka, or that's at least what I got. But somebody here figured out that it's Pokopia, but I don't see how it's Pokopia unless it's P-O-K-O. I don't see the second P. Oh, but this one's also, okay, that's just, yeah, okay. P-I. Okay, I get I there, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so it's just Pokopia. And then A at the end, right? So yeah, I guess it's going to be the Pokopia DLC. That's pretty much, that's what's all he's confirming here as well with this tweet. It's just a confirmation of that again. So hey, at least I guess we can pretty much establish that we're most likely going to see the Pokopia stuff tomorrow. Also, according to Nintendo, they're going to be doing a Treehouse after the whole entire Direct. So Nintendo Direct will roughly be 50 minutes, and Nintendo Treehouse Live will be for 95 minutes. And I guess during the Treehouse, we're going to see gameplay of most likely the Star Fox game, I'm guessing, and probably something else they might be like another game we already know about, potentially even a game like Dusk Bloods or anything like in that sense, like games that are just gonna be big in a sense, you know what I mean, like large games like that they want to like promote and stuff. Because again, say what you will, I know some of you guys don't like Souls games and all that, but Souls games do really well, and they can be big enough to actually sell a console as well at this point, especially when they're from Software, because they are a company now that people love them, okay? Elden Ring is massive. I think sold 30 million copies as well, like up there with like, you know, Pokemon level of sales. And the Dark Souls franchise also extremely popular and just massive. So it's not that crazy to assume that we're going to see like, you know, a lot of those kind of games being showcased as well. But again, we'll see how that all goes. This we're going to save for a different time, though. But for now, that's pretty much it. The Nintendo Direct is scheduled already, live in 23 hours from now. So I'll be streaming, of course, on my channel. So make sure to just swing by tomorrow. We're going to be live. We're going to be yapping, talking, doing all that kind of stuff, talking about it, getting excited, getting ready. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next YouTube video. So have a great day. Peace out, and sorry for not really uploading a lot lately. I just thought, do I really want to spam them about every little rumor video or like every rumor little thing that comes out? I didn't, so here we are instead. Either way, have a great day.